Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, Eau Claire Memorial High School. Girls game just wrapped up between Hudson and Eau Claire Memorial. Raiders defeating the Old Abe's in that one. Now we got boys basketball. Eau Claire Memorial hosting Rice Lake. The Warriors come to town with a 10-6 overall record. They are 4-5 in Big Rivers Conference play. The Old Abe's 13-4 overall, 7-1 in the Big Rivers Conference. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger back with you. You mentioned the Old Abe's coming in 7-1, but coming off a loss to River Falls, and it was a costly loss because leading scorer Cooper Jesperson got injured for Memorial, and word just this afternoon, Sparks, that Jesperson is likely done for the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, he went down hard and actually tore his tricep away from the bone, so he will have surgery tomorrow to reconnect that, so that'll cost him the rest of the season. And for the Old Abe's, that's obviously a big hit as he comes in as one of the top juniors in the state, as he was averaging over 20 points a game. So
you take Jesperson out of the lineup. Owen Gibson, 6'4" senior, who averages 1.5 points per game, will enter the starting lineup for the Abe's. So you lose a lot of scoring, you gain some height and some inside play, but is this going to be a kind of a replace that scoring by committee for the Abe's? They got double-figure scorers in Wesley Mboga and Julius Clark. Is it going to be up to them to raise their average, or are you going to look at guys like Elliot Height and Bryce Hedke to step it up a little bit?
Yeah, that has to be a team effort. You're right. Elliot Height has got to get more aggressive offensively, and then Bryce Hedke gets a few more attempts from that three-point line. He probably only averages about 4 or 5 a game. He's going to get a lot more looks to let those go, and you're right. It's going to be a team effort. You're not going to bring in somebody like Owen Gibson and say, hey, you've got to give us 20 points tonight. That's just not his style of game. And you can't expect somebody like Julius Clark to go from 12 points a game to 22 or 30, right? So it's just a little bit from everybody. They've all got to pick up that 20 points somewhere, and if they just run their offense and play their game, they'll find a few more shots for themselves and get ahead.
Here's PA announcer Brian Knopp with their starting lineups. Today's pregame show brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free no obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today, 888-GO-ASHER. Eau Claire Memorial in the white jerseys. Rice Lake in the blue jerseys. It'll be JT Schradel jumping center against Elliot Height. For the Old Abe's, the ball is tipped. The Abe's have it. Julius Clark quickly into the front court. They find Bryce Hedke underneath.
A nice set play off the jump there, yeah. That is a design play with the jump ball.
Zach Orr with the basketball, gives it up. Now it's JT Schradel. Schradel averages 13.2 points per game or 18.6. Rice Lake works it inside. Will Johnson can't finish. Held ball down on the baseline. Possession arrow will keep it with the Warriors. They'll get it into JT Schradel. Now Zach Orr. Check that, Evan Strand. Now Zach Orr. Abe's playing man-to-man. Down low is Orr, kick out, Schradel for 3, no good, and Boga the rebound. Here's Hetke. Gibson gives it up to Elliott Height, but steps, so the Abes will turn it over.
Yeah, one too many passes right there. Gibson had the layup, but instead gave it up. He didn't realize he was wide open for the easy 2.
Orr will give it up to Schradel. Now far side they go to Strand. Inside, or check that, Strand off the delivery from Connor Durand, or even at 2. Gibson to Hetke. Height has it. Now in Boga. Thought about the 3. Height will back it out. Hetke and now in Boga. Good closeout by Orr on Clark. Step back 3, no. Rebound Connor Durand. Orr will pop from distance, and that is good.
Yeah, got a little bit of distance, went ahead and let her fly and gets it.
Zach Orr, the son of head coach Kevin Orr. Now, Kevin Orr is dealing with an injury of his own, took a fall earlier in January, hit his head, wound up getting a concussion. Kind of a serious situation, so he's back to halftime teaching, and he is on the bench, but sitting.
Well,
so
he's supposed to be sitting.
Well, he's supposed to be sitting, and for the
we've
most
seen him.
part,
Yeah, we've seen him hop up
is.
and down, but yeah, that's tough.
So
that
Zach
is tough.
Schradel, the assistant, gets to patrol the sideline. And if you've been around high school basketball in the Big Rivers, you know that Kevin Orr is as animated as anybody in the gym.
Yeah, for him to sit, it'll be tired, no doubt about it.
On the drive, Height stepped on the end line. So Rice Lake basketball. Again, for the Abes, granted they had, a couple days to adjust to life without Cooper Jesperson in practice, that is, but this is their first game time. Now, granted, they did finish the other game without Jesperson, but I don't think anybody knew at that time he would be out for any length of time. Zach Orr from distance drops in another three-pointer.
Yeah, the old Abe slid underneath that screen, didn't hedge it, and just gave him enough room. He lets it fly.
8-0 run by the Warriors. Hetke on the drive, gets fouled.
Going back to Jesperson, we talked about how he's good for 20 points a night, but he does so many other things, distributing the basketball, finding the open player, that penetration, drawing the foul. So there's a lot more to his game than just scoring points that the old Abes have got to recover from.
Ian Bauer, the sophomore, into the game for the Abes. He averages 5.9 points per game. Shamar Simmons, the junior, that's Simmons, but he stepped out of bounds. Simmons averages 1.3 points per game, and both of those guys will see increased minutes in the rotation now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Shamar Simmons is not really, his game is not on the offensive end. It is truly on the defensive end. He is tough on defense and a great rebounder. So, again, those points have got to come from somebody else.
Whistle away from the ball. And they're going to get Bryce Hetke on the foul up top. So first foul on Hetke. And the first foul this half on the Abes. Orr on the switch, guarded by Mboga, and Orr nearly dropped that one in. Hetke the rebound for the Abes. Boy, Orr, one of those guys with almost unlimited range.
Yeah, he's got the green light anytime he crosses half court. Mboga, nice drive.
Wesley Mboga for 2, his first bucket of the game. Abes now down 4. Quickly inside, Schradel underneath, knocked away, taken away by Julius Clark. Clark so good with the basketball, puts up the shot.
Before the shot, bodied.
Now's your chance to join the team at Blue Northern, hiring for drivers in Eau Claire and Sparta. Apply online today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com. Hetke to throw it in.
A lot more for Julius Clark to do now as far as distributing the basketball and running this offense.
Hetke, pull-up jumper, rims out. Rebound Durant. Schradel behind the arc. Schradel driving on Mboga. Out to Durand. Schradel looking for a cutter. Clark goes tumbling. Abe's coaches wanted it foul.
Yeah, they wanted to move and screen right there as that screen took out Clark.
Will Johnson gives it up to Strand. Schradel, it's knocked away. Simmons to Bauer. Bauer into the front court. Ian Bauer to the hoop.
Nice job using his body to keep that block from happening.
Quickly in the front court. Durand down low. No. Bauer the rebound. Now Mboga up top. Near side Clark. Abe's Hetke. That three rims out. Going after the rebound is Bauer, but he gets fouled.
Yeah, great hustle from Bauer. He actually drew that foul for that extra effort.
Will Johnson picks up the foul, and that's 4 team fouls on Rice Lake. Will Swenson, number 11, will check in for Rice Lake. He's a 6'4" sophomore. Caleb Yates has entered the game for Eau Claire Memorial. Yates, a 6'4" junior. Ian Bauer to throw it in for Memorial. Now Swenson into the game officially.
Yeah, he must have missed him on that check in there. Yep.
Inbounds pass Mboga. He gets it back. Resets to Simmons. Mboga to Clark. Clark. Pocket pick by Zach Orr. Orr all the way to the hoop for the finish.
Well, Zach Orr is averaging about 19 points a game. He's off to a good start tonight.
Simmons back to Clark, hounded by Zach Orr. Clark on the drive, up and under, no! Rebound to Strand. Well, Clark's got the quickness to get to the hoop, but that shot was challenged there.
Yeah, you're right. That is his game, to put the ball on the ground and take it to the hoop.
Orr gives it over to Connor Eggleston, number 3, who's entered the game. Swenson back to Eggleston. Memorial, even without Jesperson in the lineup, should have a little bit of a depth advantage over Rice Lake. But the Warriors very patient on this possession. Orr behind the arc. He will launch. That one short, and Mboga the rebound. Clark quickly ahead to Yates. Back to Clark.
Oh, great dish from Clark.
Caleb Yates the finish. And you said it, Sparks. Beautiful dish by Julius Clark.
Yeah, he is so good, like we talked about on that penetration, that they'll try to give him help. And as soon as they do, he just drops that pass off and a pick and roll. Beautiful.
Out of the corner, Strand for 3. And the answer on the other end by Ian Bauer.
Raining threes at the Eagles' nest.
Bauer up to 5 points. Or almost lost the handle, but he fires it down low. Eggleston clears it. Now they go far side. Durand. Strand back to Durand. Nearly knocked away, and then a reaching foul on Ian Bauer.
Yeah, good job by Bauer there to switch that screen and jump out on that passing lane, but just couldn't quite get to it. And then in his recovery, he fouled him.
Bryce Hetke and Elliott Height back in for Memorial. Now Owen Gibson getting set to check in.
Yeah, Shamar Simmons must have a little blood here. Getting him out to get that fixed up.
10.5 minutes to go, first half. Swenson with it. Up top, Orr now being guarded by Hetke. Strand on the near wing. He'll pop from distance. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. And Height grabs it for Memorial. Abe's with the ball down 2. Height to Bauer. Gibson up top. Bauer in the corner. Hetke. Little
Great
give and go to Gibson for the bucket.
Old Abe's doing a great job at that ball screen, slipping the screen and getting to the hoop, receiving that pass. Great look again.
Owen Gibson, his first bucket. Swenson down low, kick out, Strand, or from way behind the arc, it's no good. Rebound Gibson. Bauer buries the 3.
Bauer's back-to-back.
Taken by Rice Lake. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball and Celestin Sports.
Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Lampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant. Eau Claire's best kept secret, Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. Eau Claire Memorial on an 8-0 run. Abes have taken the lead over Rice Lake 16-13. Ian Bauer, 8 points to lead the Old Abes, all those coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's been a spark all season coming off the bench. I think that's probably why they didn't want to even start him tonight and gave Gibson the start, because, again, it just gives them that sixth man, that extra influence coming off the bench that can score.
You know what, a lot of coaches, they kind of like that sixth man. They like that guy giving the spark. And some guys, sometimes need to see a couple possessions and get the flow of the game before they come in. Here's a 3 from the outside, no good, by Durand. Abes get it back with a 3-point lead. Bauer to Hetke. Gibson. Hetke, baseline jumper, and that is good.
Quick release right there. Got the ball back, didn't hesitate.
Now a 10-0 run by the Old Abes. Such a good start for Rice Lake. Now they find themselves down by 5. Durand to Orr. Orr down the lane. Gets the roll plus the foul.
Well, they've worked hard to try to take that three-way. They just kept pushing him further out. And this time a little shot fake from the arc, and he attacked off the dribble and got it to the hole and drew one.
Wesley Mboga, Julius Clark back in for Memorial. Yates and Bauer will get a break.
Yeah, Bauer picked up his second, so that's unfortunate for the Old Abes.
Zach Orr at the line, already up to 10 points, so he's more than halfway to his average. Just a solid, complete ball player. He's got the outside shooting, he's got the handles, plays defense.
And just a junior.
Bounce pass, Hetke in trouble, gives it to Clark, who puts it in.
How about Clark coming to get the ball? Great job of coming to the pass. Took it right out of the Rice Lake's hands and put it in.
Rice Lake was trying to send some weak side pressure there, and the defender, Connor Durand, just took a tumble and down he went, and Clark had a layup. Down low to Schradel. Look at that pass to Durand. Rice Lake with the ball down by 4. Johnson gives it up to Strand. And now Schradel. Schradel now guarded by Hedke. Good defensive possession by the Abes. And Boga is back on Orr. They try the lob inside. It's off the hands of Schradel. Now the Abes have it.
Well, you said it, Brad. A great defensive team effort that time. And Boga, shot fake driving in.
Oh, that a nice play right there by the Abes. He faked the three, got the defender in the air, took it. Nice little kiss off the glass. Abes up by 6. Long distance three, no good by Orr, but Strand pulls down the offensive rebound.
Well, Orr hit his first 2, and I think he's missed the last 3 or 4 here now.
Up top, Durand. Now Orr. Down low to Strand. Trying to back in on Clark. Connor Durand gets fouled on the drive. For over 30 years, Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors has been the #1 home seller in northwestern Wisconsin. With more than 70 realtors averaging over 15 years of experience per agent, why turn anyplace else? For realty in the Chippewa Valley, call Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors. SC Swiderski and SCS Apartment or Home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you look to live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Second free throw coming now for Connor Durand. Backward pressure now by the Warriors. Clark beats that. Clark into the corner. Here's Bauer for 3. Wow. He's got another one.
Bauer is feeling it tonight. No hesitation. Knocks down another 3. He's up to 11 points.
So we talked Sparks in the pregame. Well, Abes are going to have to kind of pick up the scoring of the injured Cooper Jesperson by committee, and I think Ian Bauer is the chairman of that committee right now.
Absolutely. He's come out firing with a lot of confidence and just hasn't missed.
Zach Orr on the drive. Has to give it up. Will Johnson. Extra pass. Strand for 3.
Well, like you said, that extra pass freed him up.
Abes with the ball, up by 5. Entertaining first half. Two teams that are really getting after it. Julius Clark going way up for the rebound that time is Evan Strand. I like what Clark did there, got himself free for the three-pointer, just didn't knock it down. Clark only with 2 points on the night. Zach Orr operating inside against Wesley Mboga, puts up the shot, called for the travel.
Yeah, we talked about Clark and Mboga being the 2 leading scorers for the Old Abes, and they've only got 2 points between the 2 of them. Correction, they've got 4 points. Mboga's got 4 points, and Julius Clark is sitting on 2. So, yeah, 6 points for the big 2 guns for Memorial, and the rest have stepped up nicely.
Well, and they are 2 guys that can go on a personal 6-0, 8-0 run because they're those kind of players. But I think Chad Brisky will take the points by committee. Mboga on the drive and
late whistle,
and even that got Kevin Orr up off the bench, and one of the other assistants kind of had to tap on the back. Said, Kevin, your doctor says you're not supposed to jump up and down on the bench. But
yeah, their biggest complaint is it was just called so late. They'd already transitioned down the court, threw it out, and heading the other way, and all of a sudden the whistle blew.
So Wesley Mboga goes to the line. A&W Peppermint Shakes are here. They are the ultimate refreshment, available in a regular and or at your nearest A&W food locations in Altoona, Cadott, Withee, and Spencer.
Durant picked up his 2nd foul there for the Warriors.
0-2 for Mboga. Swenson the rebound, tied up by Simmons. And the possession arrow pointing the way of the Apes.
Yeah, he actually had that tied up for quite some time. He just kept waiting for the whistle.
So the Abes to inbound it. They get it to Shamar Simmons. Julius Clark.
They're getting an illegal screen up top that time from Caleb Yates.
So the ball goes back to the Raiders. Abe's in the lead, but have yet to be able to get a lot of distance here on Rice Lake.
Yeah, I got a feeling that'll be the case all night, actually. This is going to be a tight one.
Swenson clears it up top. Eggleston has it. Little handoff to Orr, now being guarded by Clark. Eggleston on the drive. Dumps it off to Schradel. Clark going for the steal. And they're going to get Julius Clark in the foul.
Just his first. Team 6th, however.
Elliott Height in for the Old Abes. Caleb Yates will check out. Inbounds to Orr. Again being guarded by Mboga. Boy, Orr has had to work really hard trying to fight, get some screens. Good take to the bucket by JT Schradel.
Yeah, real nice drive that time. But you're right, going back to Orr, he's trying to use all those screens and he's trying to run through things. He's getting bumped everywhere. And then all the Old Abes do is they just keep switching everything. So every time he gets screened, they just keep switching and making it that much more difficult.
Mboga, the spin move in the bucket.
Got it to go.
Abes back up by 5. Mboga has 6 points. Strand back to Orr, now being guarded by Bauer. Evan Strand up top. Near side Swenson. Schradel will pop from distance. That's no good. Height up high for the rebound. Clears to Clark. Bauer thought about it. Decided not to take the heat check. Clark blocked inside. Simmons wins the scramble. Bauer for 3. That's no good. Loose ball caroming around, but what's the call?
Looks like Shamar Simmons.
They're going to get Simmons on the foul.
Boy, he was doing a great job, though, down there on the offensive board, trying to keep that alive and getting it back, but unfortunately called on a foul that time.
It's a 17 foul on the Abes, so Rice Lake will be shooting the 1-and-1. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. At the line, be Connor Eggleston, a 6'4 senior, who averages just under 4 points per game.
Yeah, Evan Strand tried to take those free throws, but the officials got together and got the right guy at the line.
Height, rebound for the Abes. Mboga to Bauer. Mboga will pop from distance. That rims out. Height had a hand on it. But now it's the Warriors with Orr. Guarded by Clark. Orr is fouled. Foul goes on Owen Gibson. It'll put Zach Orr at the line. Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly salaried sales consultant. Zach Orr up to 12 points for Rice Lake to lead all scorers. Ian Bauer has 11 off the bench for Memorial. Gibson pulling down the rebound. Abe's ball, they lead by 4. Clark on the drive, hits the tough shot.
Draw the contact, fights through the contact and gets it to go.
Hanging in the air, and he must do well at geometry because he had that angle off the glass just perfectly. Strand over to Johnson, back to Strand. Eggleston off the glass for 2. And the Abes fire that one out of bounds. Minute 26 left in the first half. On the drive, Zach Orr, unable to finish. Abes in transition, Clark back to Mboga.
One minute left here in the first half. Old Abe's setting something up here.
They find Mboga down low. He picked up the dribble, clear it to Gibson, and now Clark. Height to Bauer. Gibson trying to get it to Height inside, knocked away by Zach Orr. Orr on the run out.
Great
Gets
defense.
the layup.
Zach Orr, great job anticipating that entry pass and getting around, tipping it away and getting it himself for the easy 2.
And did you see how he kind of slowed down trying to get that and 1?
Yeah, he was waiting for Ellie Height to come up and draw contact.
Aves with a 2-point lead.
You would assume they're going to hold for 1 here.
Bauer over to Mboga. Clark takes a look at the clock, 10 seconds to go. Clark to Bauer. Dribble handoff, Mboga. And a foul up top.
Old Abe's will get it on the side out of bounds, though, because they're not in the penalty yet.
Mboga may have knocked knees with one of the Warriors, and he's kind of holding that left knee. Kind of wincing as he does it.
Old Abe's have got to get somebody else off the floor here. They got too many. Let's see who's coming here. Gibson doesn't realize they've already got a sub in for him.
So Gibson will come out. Hetke to throw it in, guarded on the sideline by Eggleston. To Julius Clark, step back 3, it's no good. We have played one half of basketball. We got a good one going here at the Eagles Nest. Eau Claire Memorial 29, Rice Lake 27. Sparks, your impression of that first half?
Well, it's just amazing. It's just they're mirror images of each other, how they run that offense. And again, tough pressure with the man-to-man. But, you know, I just think the Old Abes are pleased the fact that they're up 2. Because, again, like you said, this is their first game without Cooper Jesperson. So I think the longer they play and the more they play together, I think the continuity will just work. And again, I think they'll have a lot more continuity here the second half. And hopefully for the Old Abes, it'll all pan out for a victory.
Rice Lake had an early 8-0 run. They built that into a 5-point lead to make it 13-8. Ames responded with the 10-0 run, and since then it's been pretty much back and forth, but a 4-0 run to finish for Rice Lake to make the score Eau Claire Memorial 29, Rice Lake 27. Dave Sparger and I will be back after a break. All right, now we'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Today's game is brought to you by Apple Weight Loss. Chiropractic care is more than just making the pain disappear. It's about learning, understanding, and taking care of your body to improve your quality of life with Apple Weight Loss. Whether buying or selling, home, recreation, commercial, no matter your budget, find the listings at DonnellanOnline.com. Franson Bank and Trust has a team of experienced bankers that will provide a vast array of loan products tailored to your situation. Franson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop, whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Back at the Eagles Nest, getting set to start the second half of action. Big Rivers Conference boys basketball on Zaleski Sports tonight. Eau Claire Memorial, the 2-point lead over Rice Lake at the half, 29-27. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger with you. And, you know, we talked in our pregame Spargs about Eau Claire Memorial now the first full game without the injured Cooper Jesperson, who's going to be gone likely for the remainder of the season, scheduled to have some surgery tomorrow. All in all, I think the Abes have played reasonably well in his absence, although you can tell that they're down one ball handler and one scorer.
Yeah, and one guy that creates for everybody else. And I think that's what right now their offense is missing, is when it starts to break down. Who's going to be that guy that takes the ball, runs the offense, and maybe attacks or penetrates and creates for others to get their looks? So again, it's still a work in progress, and after one half, hey, they're up 2, they'll take it.
Leading scorers in that first half, Ian Bauer, 11 points off the bench for Memorial. Wesley Mboga chipping in with 6. Zach Orr leading all scorers. He has 14 for Rice Lake, and Evan Strand has chipped in with 8. Sparks, do you expect any changes in terms of strategy from either of these teams?
Yeah, I don't think so. You just watch the old Abes battle so hard to try to keep, Zach Orr in those tough shooting situations, because again, he can shoot from anywhere once he crosses half court. But if the old Abes can get a hand in the face and maybe make him have to move and get off his spot, it helps him, as he started out hot and then kind of cooled off there, and that's what allowed the old Abes to catch up and actually get the lead. So and offensively, the old Abes again just got to keep creating opportunities for each other by that penetration and kick. And again, share the wealth, and let's see what happens here the second half.
As far as other guys scoring for Memorial, Julius Clark has 4 points. Bryce Hetke with 4. And the starters will be back on the floor for Memorial. And it'll be Rice Lake basketball to begin the second half.
Well, I look forward to Hetke knocking down some threes here the second half. He's a 43% shooter from beyond the arc.
Rice Lake gets it to Will Johnson. Zach Orr up top, being guarded by Julius Clark. Orr gets rid of it. They go in the corner. Will Johnson for 3. Rice Lake grabs the lead.
Will Johnson, that's his first points of the night.
He does shoot just over 30% from behind the arc on the season. Mboga. Elliott Height now. Almost lost it, but bounced right to Mboga. Gibson clears to Clark. Clark trying to clear some space for himself. Goes glass. No. River Falls pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, he ended up with a good look right there. It just didn't fall for him.
Zach Orr directing traffic for the Warriors. Now being guarded by Hetke. Goes under the screen. Orr. Out to Johnson, back to Orr. Zach Orr from distance. It's a little short. Scramble for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Zach Orr. So the A's will get the basketball.
Well, the old A's are going to keep dropping underneath that ball screen. Look for Zach Orr just to take one dribble with that ball screen and then stop and pop.
Hetke to Clark. It's the screen from Gibbons. Elliott Height will pop from outside, and that is good.
Well, good for Elliott Height, looking for that shot.
Knocked away by the Abes, but they say Mboga was on the baseline when he tapped that ball away, so Rice Lake will get it back. And that's a break for the Rice Lake because the Abes had numbers going the other way. Or to Strand. Johnson for three, that's off. Rice Lake trying to save it. It's out of bounds, and
they threw it off of Hetke that time.
Yep. Touched it.
Yeah, they ended up jumping outside, grabbing it, and throwing it off of Hetke out of bounds.
So another possession for Rice Lake. Schradel gives it up to Johnson. Now Orr. Orr on the drive. The kick out to Durand. He'll pass on the three. Connor Durand kicks it out to Schradel. Durand working hard inside, off the glass for two.
Tough hoop right there. It was excellent defense by Owen Gibbons there, but he just was able to finish.
Well, you know, Durand, he's, left-hand dominant, and kind of figured that ball was going to come back and he was going to go up strong with the left hand. Here's Clark down the lane for the finish. Nice move by Julius Clark, who's up to 6 points. Saves by 2. Johnson up top to Strand, and now Orr. Guarded by Mboga.
Oh, got a 5-second call. Did not move the ball and did not put it down.
Shamar Simmons in for Eau Claire Memorial. He'll get Owen Gibson. See, Simmons has got that right forearm taped up after he must have had a scratch or something that drew some blood in the first half. Abe's ball, leading by 2. Height handing it off to Hetke. Mboga now. He'll launch from distance, and that is good.
Boy, if he gets hot this second half, that'll really help the old Abes because, like you talked about before, he can get on a heater and rack them up in a hurry.
Mboga up to 9 points. Abe's lead is up to 5. Orr will pop from distance, and that is good.
Yeah, they gave him too much cushion right there. He just kind of dribbled over to the middle and just shot it with nobody within about 5 feet of him.
And Sparks, you were absolutely right. If you duck under those screens and he's got a look, he's going to take that shot. And if you're Rice Lake, you're comfortable with him taking threes pretty much all the time. Julius Clark gives it up, gets it back.
Great entry pass.
Mboga in traffic, able to score.
Strong finish right there. I love the fact that Julius Clark is starting to take over that offense. He's running it like a true point guard. He's getting that ball back, penetrating, dishing.
Yeah, without Jesperson, that's a role he's going to have to take on. And we get a whistle and a foul. They're going to give it on Will Johnson for setting that screen. Ian Bauer back in for Memorial. Memorial basketball, and they lead by 4. Boga to Bauer. Height to Simmons. Shamar Simmons to the hoop.
Got the foul.
Simmons will go to the line.
Great job by Simmons on that penetration and give him a little shot fake. Got those guys up in the air and then went up and drew the foul.
Like on the football field, they call him shimmy as the running back. He had a little shimmy up top there, faked the handoff, and boom, right to the
how
hoop.
appropriate that move was, exactly.
No kidding. Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more. For every room, every door, and every window, place your trust in SOS Security. Simmons, 0 for 2 from the line. Abe still lead by 4. Rice Lake looking to cut into that deficit. Zach Orr. Look at Julius Clark going way up to get that rebound.
He does get up, doesn't he?
And Boga with it. Out to Clark. Passes on the 3. Bauer. That's no good. Rebound, Connor Durand. Durand on the push. Takes it to the hole and gets fouled in the process.
Yeah, this one's going to go against Ian Bauer.
HS Fence has been serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. Ian Bauer now with 3 fouls for the Abes.
Yates, Hedke, and Gibson back in for the Old Abes.
You can get Culligan Water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Connor Durand, 3 points so far for Rice Lake, looking to make it 4. 0-2 though, that trip. Caleb Yates to Bryce Hetke. Simmons leaves it for Clark. Julius Clark on the drive. Contact! And he plays through it and gets the bucket.
I guess. A lot of contact on that one. But again, Julius Clark going to the hole. He's so quick off the bounce.
8 points for Julius Clark. Abes by 6. Zach Orr on the drive in traffic. Challenged by Gibson. Here come the Abes with Hetke.
Yeah, great job by Gibson just walling up right there.
Julius Clark for 3. That rims out.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. It was not a good pass. Those are always tough to shoot when you don't get one in the pocket.
Orr gives it up to Strand. Eggleston inside. Johnson somehow gets that one out to Durand. Johnson on the wing. Drives, gives it up. Zach Orr for 3. It rims out. Yates the rebound. Hetke to Yates. Now Simmons. Hetke out of the corner, and that is good.
That's his shot. Anything in the corners.
Bryce Hetke up to 7 points. The lead is up to 9. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Eau Claire Memorial has opened up a 9-point lead on Rice Lake with 11:14 to go here second half. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger on Zaleski Sports. For the Abes, this is a 7-0 run. And they've had the better of it this second half. They led by 29-27 at the break. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect when you need it most. Visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Sparks, the A's have been getting it done offensively, and they've also picked up their defense a little bit as well.
Yeah, you're right. They've been much better defensively, forcing tough shots, especially for Zach Orr, who is their leading scorer.
Back up there, but Strand couldn't handle the pass from JT Schradel. It was a good set coming out of that timeout.
Oh, great set. Like you said, that little backdoor cut was wide open for the layup, but he took his eyes off the ball before he had it.
So with 11 minutes, 2 seconds to go, Abe's have the basketball, leading by 9. Julius Clark into the front court. Contact there, they play through. Or just hounding Julius Clark.
Yeah, he's going to buy a foul here in a second. That's just too much.
That'll be the third foul on the Warriors this half. The Old Abe's have only committed one. Bryce Hetke to throw it in for the Abe's.
To me, the biggest difference right now in the Old Abe offense is Julius Clark. Julius Clark has really taken over on the offensive end and distributing the basketball.
Hetke on the drive to Gibson. And now Yates. Hetke again. Simmons to Yates. Gibson. Bounce pass inside. Shamar Simmons.
He did travel.
Get him on the steps.
Great look inside to shuffle the feet.
Coaches will watch the film and they'll point it out. Come to that jump stop. 2-foot jump stop. So the Warriors now trying to cut into this lead. Zach Orr with the ball. He's got 17 points. Schradel penetrate. Double team comes.
Oh, had the good help right there from Yates, but he's going to draw the foul.
Yeah, that's so hard because the offensive players, you know, he's fighting. He's trying to move the ball around, and if you're reaching for the ball and you're off by just a bit, you're going to hit the hand, and if the official's there, you're going to make that call. Johnson picking up his dribble, clears to Orr. Orr in the lane, tough shot. Rebound, Elliott Height, and they're going to get a foul on the Warriors, and that's going to go on Zach Orr.
Yeah, it's just his second though, but I'll tell you what, Zach Orr's finding it's pretty hard to get up against Wesley Munboga and try to do something, you know, especially when he's attacking the hole.
30-second timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com. Eau Claire Memorial basketball with 9:48 left, second half. Old Abe's 44, Rice Lake Warriors 35.
Brado, you might have failed to mention that tonight is youth night here at the Old Abe's, in case the fans at home are hearing some extra chatter behind us. It's the youngsters having a great time.
Oh, boy, and it's, you know, when you're that age, Sparks, boy, you're just talking nonstop. Well, you're not in school. Well, I mean, you're in the school building, but you're in the gym, so you can yap to your heart's content. Hetke, three-pointer, rims out. Big scramble for the rebound. Ball is loose. It's out of bounds.
And they're looking at each other for a call. They can't tell. They might have to go to a jump ball here.
Officials are going to confer now. They're going to all get together. Abes, of course, think it's their ball. Rice Lake thinks otherwise.
Yeah, they'll go to a jump ball. Stays with the old Abes.
And I think that's the good call, Sparks.
No,
It was so I couldn't tell.
I have no idea. Yeah, that scramble.
Thing last, so Abes get it back. Clark thought about the three. Clark on the drive, counted and the foul.
So effective this second half. Julius Clark going to the hole. He's so quick and just got great springs.
Julius Clark now up to 10 points. And it's the third foul on Evan Strand of the Warriors. Clark converts on the three-point play, and the Abes lead is up to 12, and Shamar Simmons playing some tough defense.
Well, I'll go back to this lead. I just firmly believe that it's number 2, Julius Clark, that has made the difference here in the second half. He is just running this offense.
And they're double teaming Zach Orr in the back court, but the defense a little too tight on that one, and the foul is going to go on the old Abes, and it's going to go on Wesley Mboga. That is his first third-team foul this half on the old Abes. And I think the point of that pressure, Sparks, is just to make Zach Orr work.
Oh, absolutely, right? Just try to wear him down so late in the game he doesn't have fresh legs.
Who else can pick up the scoring slack for the Warriors? Schradel. Here comes the double team. Strand. Schradel goes to the left hand. No, and Elliott Height pulling down the rebound.
Yeah, Elliott Height's done a nice job of that tonight of controlling the boards.
Height goes 6'5", long arms, and a quick jumper, and he can elevate. And a foul up top. That's going to go on Connor Durand.
Yeah, great job by Hedke right there. Knew he had him on the backside. He just slammed on the brakes, took the foul.
That's 16 fouls now on the Warriors. So next foul by Rice Lake will put Memorial in the bonus. Poked away from him, Bogan, and then he gets hacked.
There's that 7th foul. That happened quick.
Foul goes on Evan Strand. Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider. For all your insurance needs, you can depend on Castle Insurance. Number 11, Wesley Mboga with 11 points. They're going to get Simmons on the foul. He was just trying to go for the rebound. He must have had a little arm there. Will Johnson back in for Rice Lake. Simmons has 2 fouls for the Abes.
Only the team's 4th, so they're still doing well there.
And again, the Abes double teaming Zach Orr on that inbounds play just to make him work. Orr will pop from outside. That's no good. Simmons, the rebound. Abes with a 12-point lead in the ball. Inside to Mboga. Tough shot in the lane, no good. And a rebound by Connor Durand, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, a little reach in. It looks like that'll be Elliott Height.
Abes come into this game leading the Big Rivers Conference with the 7-1 record. Looking to maintain, but we've got a couple teams right behind them, River Falls and Hudson. Zach Orr trying to dump it down low. It was knocked away by Hetke. Some nice defense. Quickly ahead to Height. Height will take it back out and hand to Mboga. Wesley Mboga!
Boy, that's one he usually finishes. Great little hesitation dribble right there, and took it hard down the baseline and had the 2.
Ian Bauer and Owen Gibson in for Memorial. Simmons and Height will get a seat.
Well, Brad, we've just been kind of stuck on 47-35 for quite some time here.
Orr gives it up to Durand. Now Schradel on the drive. Goes to the left hand and scores. JT Schradel, 4 points for him and a turnover. Connor Durand. Layup no good.
Overlaid. Oh, great save, but he threw it to the wrong team.
Right to Schradel for the bucket.
Yeah, one of those cardinal sins. You don't save it underneath their hoop.
Julius Clark.
Big answer right there for Clark. Again with the penetration.
To put the Abes back up by 10 points. And Julius Clark is up to 13. He was kind of quiet in the first half. Really stepped up here in the second. Will Johnson. Connor Durand for three. It's no good. Rebound, Gibson.
And Gibson's going to get, oh, thought he was going to draw the foul there.
Yeah, he was really hassled there in the backcourt, but he stayed strong with the ball. Hetke to bring it across. Abes will take a timeout with 6:20 to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in just a bit. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Apple Weight Loss Chiropractic Care is more than just making the pain disappear. It's about learning, understanding, and taking care of your body to improve your quality of life with Apple Weight Loss. Whether buying or selling, home, recreation, commercial, no matter your budget, find the listings at DonnellanOnline.com. Franson Bank & Trust has a team of experienced bankers that will provide a vast array of loan products tailored to your situation. Franson Bank & Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Eau Claire Memorial with a 10-point lead over Rice Lake. The Dahlman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Caducin in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. Hetke in the backcourt. Julius Clark on the drive and the finish.
Julius Clark has absolutely taken over this offense for the Old Abes, especially here in the second half.
Clark is up to 15 points. It was a quiet start for him. A 12-point lead for the Abes. Schradel gives it up to Orr. Clark backing off a little bit on him. And you wonder if the legs are starting to go just a little bit, because I think in the first half, he takes that shot.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's been a struggle since those first couple threes went down.
Interior pass poked away by the Abes.
Yeah, Bauer right there, the great tip on that pass.
Abes can afford to be patient in the half court. Yates gives to Bauer. Gibson. Now Hetke. Clark loops it in the corner. Ian Bauer for three. Oh, yes, big. Sir.
Biggest
Ian
lead
Bauer
of the night.
Up to 14.
Biggest lead of the night for the Old Abes, up to 15.
On the drive, Schradel. The dish, Durand for three. It's no good. Clark the rebound. Hetke doing a nice job to save that one. Bauer open. Yes.
Wow, what a night.
Well, a close game, a 2-point game at the half. Is now an 18-point lead. Abes starting to crank up the offense. It's a full timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be back after a bit. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
We're back at the Eagles' Nest. 4:22 remaining in this one, and the Old Abe's, who led by 2 at the half, have had 2 big runs. And now they're in a good position, up by 18 points. Still 4:22 left. The Rice Lake needs points, and they need them quickly. Backing it out is Evan Strand. Zach Orr. Operating on Bryce Hetke. There's a reach. Who's going to get the foul? It's either Hetke or Clark.
Give it to Hetke.
Yeah. It's a non-shooting foul. 3rd foul on Hetke. 16 fouls on the Old Abe. Schradel blocked. Then he gets it back and scores.
Rice Lake now picking up full court, trying to bring the pressure.
Schradel now with 8 points, and Boga gets it across. Julius Clark wanted Boga to roll to the bucket. It's out of bounds, and
they'll correct
the officials
that
will, they'll get together on that one.
Yeah, clearly knocked away as Mboga rolled, and the defender tipped it away from him, so they made the right call.
Bauer to Hetke. Double team comes, clears to Simmons, now Mboga.
Coming up on 3 minutes, so it's a good job by the Old A's at just trying to run some clock here.
And it's taken away. Orr to Schradel, back to Zach Orr. Layup, good, counted in the foul.
I think that's one Ian Bauer's just got to give up, right? Let him have the 2 points, keep the clock running, just take it out of bounds. Don't give him this chance to complete a 3-point play.
Yeah, you put him at the line and you stop the clock. So if you're Rice Lake, you want that clock to stop as many times as you can.
Yeah, and it just allows them to set up their defense so much easier. Unless he misses.
Orr remains with 19 points. Under 3 minutes to go, second half. Memorial basketball leading by 14. Julius Clark to the hoop.
Again on the penetration and finish.
Clark up to 17 points. He and Bauer, 17 apiece for the Old Abe's. Schradel up top. Over to Strand. Zach Orr for 3. It's no good. Bauer the rebound. Clark will slow it down. Bauer goes glass and scores.
Well, I was almost going to say that might be too quick, but it's not if you could finish.
19 points, Ian Bauer. Zach Orr on the drive. Foul on the floor will go
against
on
Hetke,
Bryce Hetke.
Yep.
He's got 4. Caleb Yates in for Shamar Simmons.
Yeah, that's a good sub right there because you'd think that Rice Lake will start going to the fouls, trying to put the Old A's at the line, and obviously you want your best free throw shooters out there.
Zach Orr at the line. Give him 20 points now. One or two for Zach Orr. 61-44, a 17-point lead for the Old Abe's. They got the basketball.
Old Abe's great job on Zach Orr the second half. He had 14 the first half, only 6 so far here in the second.
Under 2 minutes to go. Clark on the drive. He'll head to the line.
And it's still the 1-1 as that's now the 8th team foul.
Ben Fessenmeyer will check in for Memorial, along with Henry Fessenmeyer. Bryce Hedke will go to the bench. Sehan Quinney is also set to check in. He'll get Julius Clark. Is Chad Brisky going to clear his bench?
Yeah, he's going to his bench, and to be honest, I'm a little surprised this early as there's still about 2 minutes still left in the game.
Rice Lake has number 4, Sam Jevney, into the ball game. Wesley Mboga will check out. Solid night for him, 11 points.
Well, I guess if you look, you can see that Rice Lake has done the same. They've gone to the bench, so Coach Brisky does the same.
2-2 for Julius Clark. He'll end his night with 19 points. So Bauer and Clark, 19 apiece, and Mboga with 11. So we pondered in the pregame, how are you going to make up those points of Cooper Jesperson and his 20.3 points per game? Well, the Abes are almost at their average. They average 66.7 points per game. They're on 63 right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's done by Bauer. It was done by Clark.
Well, a lot of fans want some of these reserves to get into the scoring column.
Yeah, especially Quinney.
Simmons up top. Ben Fessenmeyer. Got it. He gets a nice ovation from everybody on the bench, including Cooper Jesperson, who's in street clothes tonight. Rooting his teammates on. Pierce Hastreiter, number 23, is into the game for Rice Lake. We're under a minute to go.
Simmons a good reach in and strip right there.
Simmons just does so many little things. You know, and he plays with guys. He knows he's not a scorer. He knows what his role is.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's happy just to do those things. Here's Quinney on the line. Quinney going to the glass.
Oh.
No good. Fighting for the rebound. It's pulled away by Rice Lake. And they're going to get the Abes on the foul.
See, Quinney can't believe they didn't fall for him. The crowd was up on their feet wanting that one to go in.
More subs in for Rice Lake. Appears to be Ethan Mulligan, wears number 2, up from the JV team. Connor Eggleston, the senior, drops in the free throw. Two of 2 for Eggleston. He will check out, and Grant Paholke is in, a 5'11" sophomore, who has not scored this season, so look for Rice Lake to get him the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Those opportunities come for those kids now.
Yates into the front court for Memorial. To Quinney. He want him to shoot. He lost the handle into the hands of Swenson. Swenson on the push. Taking it to the hoop. It's blocked. Jevney for 3. That's no good. Ball battered around. Simmons pulls it out of the air.
And this should do it as soon as the Old Abes cross half court.
Abes can dribble it out. And they're going to win this one by a final of 65-46. Great second half for the Old Abes. Taking a 2-point advantage at the break and winning this one by 19 points. Julius Clark, Ian Bauer leading the way, 19 points apiece. Wesley Mboga, 11. Zach Orr had 20 for Rice Lake. Sparks, I would characterize this as a very solid win for the Old Abes.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about it at halftime, Hall. It was just the Old Abes. You could see how they were trying to work through their offense and how to figure out how to handle this without Cooper Jesperson in the lineup. And so it just took that first half to really kind of establish what they wanted to do. And fortunately for them, the Ian Bauer coming off the bench just was on fire that first half, so he really carried the team the first half. Well, halftime, the Old Apes had a chance to talk things over and kind of discuss what was working for them. And boy, they came up the second half and just went after him offensively. Led with Julius Clark the second half. His penetration, him running the offense was just outstanding this second half, and it helped propel the Old Apes to a big win.
Abe's now 14-4 overall, 8-1 in the Big Rivers Conference. Rice Lake drops to 10-7 overall, 4-6 in the BRC. But I tell you, Sparks, when the postseason rolls around and Rice Lake starts playing other Division II teams, the way Kevin Orr has his teams play, they're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, he's always a tough out, right? When they get to that postseason, again, the advantage of playing in the Big Rivers all season and then dropping down to Division II here for that postseason, it just makes a world of difference. So you're right. Kevin Orr will have them ready for the postseason.
Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on prompt, proper diagnosis and customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. That is coming up next. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, We have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
We are back at the Eagles Nest, Eau Claire Memorial, defeating Rice Lake 65-46, joined by Ian Bauer and Julius Clark of the Old Abes, each of these guys with 19 points tonight. 2-point game at the halftime. What did you guys do to open it up in the second half, Julius?
In the locker room, we talked about being physical on the boards. We got to get every rebound. Now that will bring us that lead, that momentum.
Playing without Cooper Jesperson, tough blow for you guys, but you have to pick up, you have to move forward. You guys, it seemed like tonight you kind of did it by committee, chipping in with some point production. How important was it for you to get going early in that first half yet?
It was really important. I've talked to Cooper before the game. He gave me a little motivational speech, and I feel like that really helped my game today.
How about the defense, too? Zach Orr is a heck of a player. You know what he can bring to the table, but it seemed like you guys were able to wear him down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like Bryce and on those screens we were switching hard, hedging, and Bryce played really good defense today.
For you guys to be able to come back with a win at home after losing that tough one to River Falls, how important is it for you guys to get a win tonight and kind of take this and just kind of make a plan going forward?
I think it's really important. We just got to keep snowballing wins, great practices on top of great practices, and that'll just help us keep rolling.
All right, you guys know the drill. You're in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House, so I'm going to give you the microphone. I'm going to get out of the way.
I'm Julius Clark. And I'm Ian Bauer. And we're in the house.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck to you the rest of the way. We'll see you down the road. So Eau Claire Memorial picking up the win tonight over Rice Lake 65-46. Thursday night, it'll be another matchup, Rice Lake, Eau Claire Memorial, but this time in girls basketball. We'll see if the Old Abes can bounce back after a loss earlier tonight here versus Hudson. For my color commentator, Dave Sparger, I'm Bob Radovich saying good night from Eau Claire Memorial High School.